Mornings are a really sacred time for me. It's an opportunity to reflect, to read scriptures, to say my prayers, sometimes to enjoy a little bit of alone time. And this morning I hopped up and went outside to see the beautiful snow. One of the biggest issues I hear from people considering homeschool is that they're afraid of spending time with their children. I think what they're really afraid of is their ability to find patience and peace with them. Taking still moments, reconnecting with things of an eternal nature, fills our hearts with Christ and makes all things possible through Him. And we learn to find great joy in our children. My Silas wanted to learn how to make pudding. He's been asking me all week. And so I finally decided that we could have warm pudding for breakfast. Don't worry, it's filled with lots of little healthy bits. Our sweet chefs had a lot of fun. With self-discipline and a positive attitude, you really learn to treasure these special moments. There's a long-held myth that homeschoolers don't get snow days. It's only partially true. Sometimes you keep doing school just because everybody loves it so much. And because it's become so deeply ingrained in your way of living that it's just a part of who you are. Learning together, growing together, experimenting. It's so much fun and such a fulfilling pleasure. Exhausting. Don't get me wrong. But also incredibly fulfilling. Song for scripture and circle time. We read Tiny T-Rex and the Impossible Hug. My son requested specifically to do J's for Jurassic. Obviously, he already knows that sound. These absolutely charming Tiny T-Rex books held some very special lessons for our son. They're a reminder that no matter how small you may feel, you're bigger on the inside and more capable than you realize of making a difference in the lives of others. We worked on making giant dinosaurs, then played in the snow, where my husband was busily trying to plow our quarter-mile driveway. It's a really big job, and we're grateful that one of our neighbors stepped in to help us with his tractor. It takes hours, and my husband is so dedicated. Taking these moments to just be together, to enjoy one another's company, it's so important. You also learn how to do certain things the fast way, like making grilled cheese sandwiches on a cookie sheet. These are kinnikinnick bread, made with Miyoko butter and Via Life cheese. We had them with a smoothie and some vegetables. I got our littlest down for nap, and you guessed it, next came main lesson. I found my daughter playing with Pokemon cards, which is a come-and-go pastime for my children. And right now it's a go. We've been working on studying ancient American civilizations. It's been particularly fun for her because she loves to connect things to food. It really motivates her. So we spend a lot of time catering her lessons towards that interest of hers, which is something amazing you can do with homeschool. I love being able to find what empowers and impassions them. We did school with some of the others a bit too. Mostly we just played together, read a lot of books. This one's Castle in the Attic. It's particularly fun because my son enjoys playing recorder, and so does the main character. And here is an absolutely delicious fairy tale mystery that my Autumn Rose was rereading. And with Robert learning more about Buddhism, we've been going back and doing more meditations again. The Maureen Garth books are really nice because they're super easy to do with children. Ivy asked Eden to knit this gold trim into something. There wasn't a lot of it, but it reminded us of the story of Midas. So she did some of her own knitting and enjoyed telling Ivy the stories. She's an amazing storyteller and a really loving big sister. Each of them needs some quiet time to themselves every now and then, but for the most part, they're just so good to one another. I think it's part of the family culture of just being together.
That's cool.
Ivy wanted to read Snow White with me, so we did, and then we acted out the story together. It was a lot of silly fun. Song for scripture, more stories, bedtime, and the cycle continues. It's beautiful.